turn is it to start the show?
Well, I have not done it the whole time, so it feels really weird if I do it. So
yeah, we're 4 weeks out now, and welcome to the Heyyy Show.
Hey.
A show about people that don't know anything, and we're making stuff up
as we go.
We would like some money. Send it to us for our 7 followers.
And that's it.
And,
We'll see you next week.
Yeah, it's for people that try to get out of leg locks by using their arm.
All right.
high energy. All right, we're on to our first segment. Why do I suck?
Well,
So
that's why you're here.
I've had a lot of people, and this actually is legitimate. I've had a lot of people start at Moequa lately, and they have sent me long text exchanges about how they get better and what do they do and things like that. So I want to kind of get in depth on some of the questions that I randomly get, and I find them also from the internet. I steal them. Why won't my school let me cross train?
Because they're afraid. Yeah, they're terrible.
Yeah, it's a thing
jealous.
of.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
It's a thing of like if you go out and cross train, you're gonna see something and then you're gonna leave. So if you go out and cross train, that means that you're going out to find someone new. It's like a possessive boyfriend. It kind of feels like, right? Like no, you don't. No, don't go out with your friends.
Because the grass is gonna be greener over there,
So-
and then you'll never come back.
Why not a possessive girlfriend?
It's the first one that came to mind. I'm
That's
sorry.
the first.
Yeah, because most men are dickheads from my experience.
Wow.
Yeah, the dating scene's rough out
Ouch.
I mean, that's not, in my opinion, it's not inaccurate.
Yeah, it seems pretty accurate.
Most of my friends that they were horrible people.
But that's not the question. The question is, Chad really likes to get into. Oh wait, hold on. Let's just derail this and let's see.
I'm trying to get fired.
There's an easier way to do it. You just quit.
Just stop doing this.
Look at me.
Look at me. Look at me.
I'm immaculate.
Yeah. So why are you not allowed to cross train?
Let me preface it by some of the reasons. I've heard recently from some people who have explained this. They said, one, the biggest reason you don't cross train is because you're going to get hurt, because that school is going to see you as someone, a body, and just use you.
I mean, I guess maybe, but
Okay. Yeah, go ahead if you want to.
No, that's
first. Yeah.
No, that's I can see that as an excuse, but man, like
it's an excuse. Though,
it's an excuse. It's if I'm afraid that you're gonna. That's just as controlling because you're like, I'm afraid that you don't know how to use your own body outside of the gym, and you're gonna.
If you're
get
not here
hurt.
under my supervision,
Right. If I'm not here making sure you're doing everything right, then you will die.
I've got the perfect answer for this.
Okay.
You're gonna leave.
Yeah, that's the answer. The answer is just leave.
All right. So.
Question's not over.
Oh, he's got something hidden.
What the fuck? What the shit? Are you Gallagher all of a sudden?
Just smash a watermelon.
Twice now. There's been 2 of these.
Okay.
Pink lemonade seltzers.
That's the answer.
Okay.
Is this a chugging
this a
contest?
sponsor?
Because I will win.
Is this a sponsor?
Yeah.
We're sponsored by Smirnoff. Sweet. That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah. Das Vidania.
If your school is insecure, they should drink pink lemonade Smirnoff Ice.
All right, cool advice.
And you got us some. So, are you saying that we're insecure schools? We need to drink these?
No,
or?
we're secure.
So we just leave them here.
Nope, we drink them.
Okay.
All right. Anyways, back to the.
Do I drink it or not? I'm scared. Is it a thing or do I do it? These are our best round of episodes yet. This really is. We're getting some good chemistry.
Honestly, they've been like the most fun.
Yeah.
All right. No, for real. If you can't cross train, you need to leave that school.
Hold on. We'll get to there. I promise. I'll drag us back there. Okay. They said the person that talked to me said that one of the reasons their instructors say don't do it is because they'll get hurt.
The reason
They'll use you
they
as a
say
body.
it is because they're insecure.
Correct.
Because here's the thing at the end of the day, right? If you are growing up and you had a friend, right? And you were growing up with that friend, and your friend's like, look, you can't be friends with anybody else. You only can be friends with me. Do you stay friends with that person?
Yeah, my best friend Craig. No.
Okay.
He's not real.
Yeah, not real. Joke.
Or who do you stay loyal to? You stay loyal to the person that just is a cool person that you like to hang out with, and you're like, you know what? That's my best friend. He doesn't give a fuck what I do. We're best friends. There's no drama. There's no BS.
Yeah.
I go out and I enjoy my life, and that's why we're best friends. Because at the end of the day, there's no drama. There's no bullshit. There's no, okay. So the instructor that's doing that, and the sad part is because I know a lot of schools that they do that, and it's amazing to me that students stay loyal to them, because at the end of the day, again, I work for my students. They don't work for me. I don't control them. I don't own them. Okay? And at the end of the day, for my jiu-jitsu, why would I not want my students to go out and see other shit and do other things and come back and get better and figure things out? Injury's going to happen in my academy, or it's going to happen outside my academy. You can't prevent that. It's not, clearly if only train 1 day a week, and then, you probably won't get injured. But realistically, if you're training to be a competitor, if you're training to be better at jiu-jitsu, seeing the same shit every day is never going to make you better.
Mm-hmm.
I think
And
a
to
lot
that, we drink.
Do we?
Yeah.
We drink now?
Yep.
I think a lot of that comes down to just that cult-like brainwash mentality that a lot of those places want to force on their students.
Yeah.
All right. Next comment. They say that you shouldn't
pretty
cross-train because you will learn bad things, bad habits, bad whatever. Like, insert X. Let me give you an example.
Can't they just teach you the right way when you come back then and tell you what you did wrong?
Let
Are you
me
supposed to learn jiu-jitsu through the bad things?
let me give you an example that is
how I
fair
learned.
because I'm trying to be devil's advocate. I have noticed a lot at Sun Yoon's divisions. There's girls that train from a certain type of school. We are not going to name, for the love of all that is holy.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
10th Planet Vandalia.
You know that big Vandalia.
You know what's great is he's probably close.
Yeah,
I was
he's real
totally
close.
kidding.
Yeah, real close. Anyways, there's a lot of girls that come from that school, and they do the tournaments, but they use reaps and things like that because they don't. I don't know if they don't teach. They don't teach, or they don't know what a reap is because they're just not cognizant of it because it doesn't matter in their style. What do you say to that?
Well, the biggest reason that we take reaps out when we talk was like, all right, don't reap, meaning don't, because that's what's gonna. We're circling in that instance. We're circling back to the don't get injured.
Well, and here's the problem. Like, again, jiu-jitsu is so many different aspects. Wrestling, judo, jiu-jitsu, leg locks, no leg locks, kids, adults. What's the right time? What's the wrong time? Like some schools don't allow you to roll for 6 months or a year. Some schools allow you to roll right off the bat. And, unfortunately, clearly if you don't roll for 6 months or a year, the injury rate goes down. There's no way to deny that. I mean,
That's
if you're not
statistics.
rolling, then you probably can't get injured very easily. But, like, I guess it comes down to, again, what do you want? And that's what I try to tell my students. Okay? I think that's what I like about my academy compared to some other academies. What do you want? Maybe you'll come to my academy and that's not what you want.
And I'm sorry, we should probably get to that too, because that probably makes more sense. If someone's going to their instructor and asking to cross-train, then they're definitely trying to get better, right?
Right.
Right.
We have
I would
to
assume.
We have to assume that that's what it is. So this person's wanting to get better, or they're wanting to compete. So it has to be one of those two if they're going to their professor and asking
I think
for
the only reason
permission.
that they would outright 100% refuse you being able to do that is either jealousy or that they're afraid that the grass is greener mentality sort of thing. I don't think there's any legitimate
I mean,
reason to
I
tell someone
I
that they
don't
can't
care
do
if my students are signed up at the other two schools in Terre Haute. And
Why would we care?
especially if they're paying me.
Yeah, for sure.
If they're going to pay me and they're going to pay him,
Yeah.
dude, you're getting if you want to pay me, pay them and represent them because you started with them, great. Like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I think we get so stuck in our egos and this control shit that like I think, again, it goes back to that theory of growing up. You're going to probably be loyal to the person that is the most.
But let's be fair here. We're not gonna also like train someone up that they're good and then they go to a competition and beat our people.
I mean, it depends, I guess, and
Like,
that's a
we gotta
hard
be-
line. Like that, and,
we
you
gotta
know,
be realistic
The
on
problem
that
is,
one.
is like across the board, you can't. If somebody started 3 years ago with somebody else,
Mm-hmm.
and they're paying that person, they're coming to me and they're paying me. I don't. If they want to be that team, be that team. At the end of the day, I think the good people are going to win. Because the people are going to see through that. And you're not going to get everyone, and you're not going to be perfect with everything, and you're not going to have everything perfect. But I think that mentality has really taken fire. And I think the schools that are more popular, the schools that are having more success, are having my mentality or our mentality
I just think
over
it's a
the
more-
old school mentality of controlling your students and making them feel
It's a more
inferior.
adult, grown-up mentality. I think.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, we're adults. It's not school. It's not. You don't have to be here.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I'm
mean-
the only person who's ever moved schools, so I can say that. I mean, my daughter did.
I moved from American Top Team to here.
I apologize.
You
I'm
were
sorry
in
about
Gracie
that,
as
Ron.
I have not
I
moved
was a
schools.
little bit of Gracie.
I was gonna. Never mind. I don't want to say it because I don't want to say someone's name. But I can think of some specific examples even of this scenario.
Well, in this podcast, we say the names and
Nick
make
Vicker?
friends. Sorry about that. But anyways,
Just goes right for it.
No. Like
So he's
Cody,
saying
for
the
example.
names.
He
He's saying
trains
the
in
names.
Gracie Baja.
Yeah, that's
but
a
he
good
comes, But he
example.
comes and trains with us all the time, and
There's-
I would never hold it against him if
No.
he went there
Yeah.
and won under the Gracie Baja name. You know?
Even if he fought
Never.
our guys, I wouldn't be upset with it.
No.
And beat our guys. Like, I think there's certain things that he's definitely. Brian is an incredible instructor, an incredible person, but I think that's how all jiu-jitsu should be.
those are different things than you said, though, because you said Terre Haute.
Right.
They're doing, in the same
Right, we're
place.
more of
That's your
I've tried
travel.
to reach out to those
That's a little
schools,
different.
and it is what it is. I agree, it is different, but like at the same time, I think that's how the sport should be.
No, I agree. I mean, I don't
we
disagree.
should everyone should be.
Yeah.
What if there was no team affiliation when you signed up? What if you just signed up as your individual self? You weren't. I'm Brandon Wells of Pedigo, and what if I just signed up as Brandon Wells? Would you be pissed at me then? Still too, like not you, but the hypothetical coach that wouldn't let me cross train or whatever. Like,
Right.
Just-
I think that's what some schools do. Yeah, I think.
can
they
you
actually-
sign up as an independent for
you
tournaments
can't,
like
well,
that?
not IBJJF,
No,
but you
IBJJF,
can
but
for other tournaments.
ADCC or something.
I think sometimes they say you can't compete under our banner, which
I see.
who gives a shit.
Because actually,
At the
yeah,
end of
because I
the
think
day-
we've taken people on that they wouldn't let sign up before, right? We've been like, yeah, you can sign up as
Yeah.
Pedigo
Yeah.
because
Because
these
they
other
can't.
schools are being fucks or whatever.
Or they just train out of their garage and they
Yeah.
want to compete.
Mikey.
But at the end of the day, the sport is supposed to be about bettering yourself and bettering others around you. So realistically, like, that should be the main focus, and you need to remove your ego. That's what we constantly say. So if removing your ego is letting people do what the hell they want to do and being a good person.
Yeah.
And honestly, if they go out there and learn some fucking incredible technique, I want them to come back and teach it to
Exactly.
me. You know,
Yeah, no,
like
exactly.
I want to
That's
know
the
that
nail on the
shit.
head. I mean,
there was
that's it.
there was a scenario the other day I heard because we have a lot of people at Mowequa that train in other places and stuff like that, and somebody said that some guy come in with this really specific guard, and was just like he was just running through people with this very specific guard, and it's kind of one of those things where like it's just weird, but it's kind of neat because at the same time you get to see it, and then
Right.
you're like, oh, cool. In a competition, if someone throws this really strange guard out, I'll know what to do,
Right.
and then get better at it. So, like you said, there's no real negative to it, especially letting people come into your school.
Injuries are going to happen no matter what. When you
Yeah.
live roll, they happen. Most of the injuries that have happened lately are like freak incidents. They're not even like actual when we're hard training.
I've never seen somebody get injured from an application of a submission. I've never once seen someone get someone in an armbar and crank it till their arm breaks. It's always like he shoots a takedown and fucking destroys his knee somehow, just twisting weird.
Or he's in
whatever.
half guard and he
Yeah.
post wrong. And
Yeah, it's never what you think it would be.
All right.
And I've been to a lot of schools, and I'm not saying they don't go harder on you if you're from another school or they know. But then again, if you're trying to be a competitor, that's what you want.
what you want.
So I don't.
I try to think about it from my
I'm
mentality.
way better.
Like when I see new people come into our gym from other places, I'm not like, oh yeah, this guy's from I'm gonna go fucking try and beat his ass so bad. It's
Right.
like the
Pause.
opposite.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
You've done everything wrong.
You've
No,
got to beat those kids at. No,
It's like the opposite for me. I'm like, oh, he's not from our school. I want to be at least nice to him and cordial and make him not feel like we're a bunch of fucking assholes over here.
I'm disappointed in you.
I do. I will say that my best roles I have are with people I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
'cause
Yeah,
I
they
don't
give you
a
that
shit.
mix-up that you're not used to.
I get bored.
No, I just don't give
no
a shit.
offense, but I get bored doing the same crap in class. It's neat. Going to that open mat yesterday,
We saw a bunch of
4
new-
weeks ago.
Yeah.
Nice.
And not
Good
only
save.
do you not know their game, but they don't know yours either.
Yeah,
it's
you
just
know,
a clash
like-
of different styles, and that's where you kind of learn those differences and stuff.
No, 100%. This is a two-parter.
Okay.
Why do I suck? So I wanted to give us a little bit more time. There is no, and this is one that I've heard a lot as in the last year of owning a gym, and I've also heard on the internets a lot. There is no X in my gym. Should I move or continue?
You didn't date him, and
That's good. That's good. I was talking about X as a
Like-
variable.
Yeah, like there's no kick pads or something.
Well, this one was more a lot of women. I hear that there's no women in my school. Should I
That's
move?
going to be a problem anywhere you go, I feel like.
That's correct, and that's what I always say.
But
There's
the
no.
ACC brackets.
It's like going into wrestling and saying that, you know? It's
Yeah.
like there's just not that the demographics way
Mhm.
skewed.
Like in our school, me and Ronnie's, it's all bigger people,
Right.
and then the smaller people are like, can we just get some bigger, smaller people in
I
here?
think that's why cross training's crucial
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
No, I agree.
you know, like.
that's a great point. I didn't even think about that, but that's a huge point.
Well, I mean, especially if you want to get better and you are a competitor, you know, this school does lots of spider guard, or this school does lots of wrestling, or this school, I
Or
mean,
just you're trying to get geared up for a tournament and everybody's 100 pounds bigger than you. Sometimes
Right.
you need those roles against guys like your size, you know?
yeah,
Another one I heard is there is no competition in this school, like competitors.
yeah.
Should I move schools? Then I heard some other people say, well, I'm a hobbyist. Should I go to a hobbyist school? So I'm giving you all of the variables. You know,
I think
that
some
you can
people
do.
ask those questions and they already know the answer. They're just asking it to ask it. It's like if you're there and you're enjoying your time there, then
You're fine.
that's it. Like you don't need to well, I'm at this competition school. I love everybody. I have a great time every time I go to class. But I'm really a hobbyist, so I think I need to go to this hobby school instead. It's like
It's kind of like the if you're allowed to go to different schools to get different functions and then bring stuff back. I mean, there's no reason to leave that school, right? Like if I'm going to this school and like it's close to home, I can and the class schedules work out good, but at least once a week I'm going to go over to this school so I can learn
Like-
this certain thing.
yeah.
Yeah, then there's no reason to leave that school
Like
because
Chris
I'm
and
going one
Cole.
time.
I mean, they have their own school. I'm sure everything's great over there. I'm sure they love everybody, but they still come to our school once a week just to get like those hard Wednesday rolls in or whatever day they come.
Yeah.
We had a guy that was training. He was under McVicker, came to Effingham, signed up with us, and then moved back to Champaign, and then I guess re-signed up under McVicker. But he competed in Terre Haute.
Yeah, I know it is. Yeah.
You know, I don't.
he taught me
hate
my
that.
single leg. As far as I know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate that guy. I'm not mad at that guy. Like, it is whatever works out best for you. I think at the end of the day, like, we take things so,
Yeah,
Uh,
it shouldn't be so personal,
Yeah.
you know?
like,
It's hard not to let it be to an extent, I'm
it's
sure.
just, it's a numbers game. And at the end of the day, if you're a good person, the numbers should fall your way. And I just think that this control thing is just insane nowadays. But I do understand not having certain things in your academy, and that's frustrating because there's certain things that I don't have in my academy that I want. Effingham doesn't clearly have the numbers that I want it to have right now, and it doesn't have the advanced guards that I want it to play, which is going to help my guard passing game get better. Things like that is hard to figure out. I mean, every good instructor, I think, is trying to build the right atmosphere, the right team, the right elements. And
What about other arbitrary things that a lot of schools imply or like force on you, like a uniform? Like you have to buy this $250 gi from us with these patches, or you can't train here.
I mean, I see both sides. That's the problem. Like, I love both sides. I like the idea that we're all in the same uniform. I don't know about charging $250 for a uniform.
That was just a, yeah.
Whether you donate it or whether you provide it,
Oh my God! Like, yeah, that's
or
they
you-
have I know schools that have starter packs that are $500, $1,000.
I mean, that to me is a little bit ridiculous, and I get it. Like, you're trying to grow your business. I think sometimes people get a little bit too greedy. I think I'm a little bit too not greedy, unfortunately. So are you making your school for a money grab, and you're trying to become that watered down system, or are you making your school to be a legit school?
Yeah.
I like the idea of us all wearing the same uniforms, but at the same time, I also like the idea of us
See?
being individuals.
Right.
Yeah, I kind of
You know,
see it
like
both ways.
I like seeing your different rash guards, your different gis,
Yeah.
where'd you get that? That's cool.
Yeah.
To me, that's all making us an individual.
Yeah.
And it's fun and it's neat. But at the same time, I think it's cool that you walk into a competition and 50 people are all in the same uniforms and the same, track suits or t-shirts or whatever. I mean, I think I see both sides, so it's like I don't know what the right thing is. I definitely don't think the right thing is trying
I
to
feel
get a
like-
shit ton of money out of your students and then
I
give
don't
them
feel like it's a
watered down.
bad way or a bad deal either way, but I feel like you are, when you do that, putting up this barrier for entry. Then there's this already that you have to go to pay
Right.
for classes, and then there's this uniform barrier of entry too. Like I
Yeah.
can't even go train unless I have
I
X dollars.
I will let you know that some people find all of our school weird because the money is so low.
Yeah.
And we don't have requirements. They're like, well, if
It's
you're
funny,
paid-
but my dad said this a long time ago, and this is kind of stuck with me, and I need to be better at it. But, selling cars his whole life and doing this, people, of course, every day are going to come into a car dealership and say, this car's too expensive.
Yeah.
This car's too expensive. You're ripping people off, blah, blah, blah. And I watched my dad one time. The guy came in and he said, this car's too expensive. You'll never get that money out of this. So then my dad raised it $1,000 and it sold a week later. And sometimes people do see things too cheap. And that's why, like right now, I look at my academy and I'm like, $45 a month for 1 day a week of jiu-jitsu is ridiculously cheap.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I'm scared that if I raise the prices, I won't get anyone to sign up. But $45 is stupid.
Yeah, I never. I'm always the person who's gonna say that it's how when you get them. Like, are you wanting to get them in the door, or do you want to keep them?
Yeah,
So,
and that's
like-
the hardest thing to figure out. Like, I do a free uniform and $45 a month for jiu-jitsu. It's a no-brainer.
Ever since Ronnie's took over, he's had pretty good retention. Like, people we've lost has been very few and far between.
Yeah.
Kids, kids is
Well, yeah,
Kids
it's
come
kids.
and
That's
You
different,
can't.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But
that has nothing to do
adults-
sometimes with you.
adults is, to me, relationships.
Yeah.
And everything that I've heard so far is, if I pick up the phone and I text Ronnie, he's going to text me back
Yeah.
a question about jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Then Ronnie gets questions about life advice, of course, but in general. But what I'm saying is I really do believe that if you get them under the door, whatever pretense, it's on you to keep them. It's
Yeah.
not,
And
it
it goes
doesn't
back
matter.
to being a good person,
Advertisement, things like that.
caring about your
Yeah.
students. I mean, sometimes Mandy gets on me for not taking my phone and turning it off. But to me, at the end of the day, it's very important
Yeah.
that I have to be there. And I get tired sometimes, and I do try to be better at not being on my phone all the time. But to me, it's
It's part of
important. It's
Yeah, but
it's part of owning your business and
Yeah.
running your gym. And it sucks. I get it, because you don't really have an hour. You're not working 9 to 5. You're working
Yeah,
every
but
second of your life.
My wife works for Blue Cross, and if her boss calls her at 9 o'clock at night and says you need to get on there and fix this thing, that's her job.
Yep.
So I mean, Ronnie's in the trucking business. He's
Yeah.
obviously, if there's a trucking emergency, he's going to be there.
Yeah, I
So-
mean, it's not working at Domino's, or it's not
Right.
working. What
It's
we're
not
in
a job,
is
it's a career.
yeah. And
Yeah.
at the end of the day, if you want to get the next level of pay, her job, your job, these jobs, you got to do the shit that you really don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I mean, not saying that I don't want to talk to my students or whatever, but like
Sometimes you got to put forth the extra
sometimes
effort.
you have to have that extra.
Yeah.
So we just fix a bunch of people's schools. There we go.
Yeah, they won't listen, so
But
don't worry.
what I'm saying is, when we do ask these questions, though, I think legitimate people have these questions. Like, they're just like, they're torn.
Definitely.
Because, like, they're, like Brandon says, it's like a cult. Like, jiu-jitsu is a cult in general, but then you get under the subcults of, like, this is our rash guard and this is our whatever. But yeah, I definitely think it's important for us to help people out with that, because we're so we're the free school that doesn't give a shit about anything. All right.
Yeah, as long as you come in and Chad made this point a long time ago, and I use it all the time. You fill 3 roles. You're either a competitor, you're a coach, or you're helping the competitors get ready. And as long as you are filling one of those 3 roles, you are integral into the school.
Yeah.
So as long as you're doing one of those 3 things, then you're doing what you're doing. So if you're going to a school and you either can't fill one of those 3 things, or they are not allowing you to fill one of those 3 things, then you're not in the right school.
Sounds good. All
Pretty
right.
succinct.
And now we are going on to Chad's segment.
What's my segment? No, I'm just kidding. I think I remember it. All right. This one's gonna be a little rough. We're gonna get set up for this somehow. We gotta figure out how to do this.
Oh, this one requires setup, huh?
A little bit. All right.
Should we pause?
Ronnie?
And reset? Oh, no.
Do I need another
Hold-
pink seltzer?
We can't do this right here, right?
Why?
Oh, you're doing it here?
Well,
I thought.
it's. Hold on, I got it right there. No,
Give me
calm
one
down.
second.
Don't touch anything.
Going off camera.
touch anything.
All right, Ronnie, you need to go outside real quick.
Okay.
Well, I don't even know.
Can I
how
bring this?
how does this pen work? Oh, I got it. All right. So you could still be on this show.
Holy
You're okay.
look at all the strippers out here.
I hope that's on there.
It's definitely on there. Well, maybe not with these mics. All right. So, Brandon,
Okay.
you are a regular
Idiot.
customer. Okay? You're a customer.
Okay.
All right. What do you do for a living? What would be your perfect job?
If I could just pick a job?
Yep.
I don't know, man. Fucking
Coal miner.
Come on. Let's go.
day trader.
Day trader.
Day trader.
Okay. He's a day trader. I like it. What do you think you make a year day trading?
$450,000.
All right, I like it. $450,000. All right, you have 4 kids.
Oh my god, I kill myself.
Oh, this is great. I love this.
Wow.
All right. 1 wife.
What? Can we
Only
flip
one?
those?
Come on. Yeah. 4-to-1 ratio the other
All right.
way.
What's 2 hobbies that you like?
Gaming and jiu-jitsu.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Who would have guessed?
Day trading jiu-jitsu person.
All right.
Is this like a questionnaire? What is this?
Let's see. What else do we got to come up with? You are.
No, like that's pretty good because you're picking it for your hobbies, you're picking it for your family, your
Why do I
monetary
have to
income.
have 4 kids?
Sorry, buddy.
Is this part of it?
You're 42 years old.
I got older?
Yep.
I don't,
6 years
I don't
older
like this.
now,
I don't
dude.
like this.
Shit.
You just divorced.
My one wife?
Yep.
Or is this, I'm still married?
Nope, you just got divorced.
Okay. Fuck, I have 4
And-
kids?
And
This is gonna be a rough divorce. I hope I own the
You-
house.
need a new car.
Fuck. Good thing I make $450,000 a year.
Because
She gets half.
Oh my god.
she gets half.
I can make it. I can make it on 225.
And you get full custody of all your kids because she doesn't want them.
Holy shit. So I'm gonna need $100,000 for a nanny. Or an au pair? Is that what they're
Au
called?
pairs are the fancy term, yes, sir.
Okay? So, this is who you are.
Oh god.
As a person.
That's not
Okay.
good.
So you have to memorize these and take this to the garage. Don't show Ronnie.
Okay.
Tell Ronnie to come back in.
Got it, bud. I'm taking my pink seltzer.
All right. Send,
I can memorize this? Like I won't be able
Just-
to reference it?
yeah, you can kind of reference it. Just don't ever let Ronnie see it.
Got it.
All right? But send him in.
Ronnie, you're up. My turn to do strippers. Yay! Here, you play this thing. It's fun. Cool.
Children.
You found a new school?
All right, Ronnie.
Okay.
You found a new school. Off camera. On mic. Don't say anything.
All right. All right. So, Ronnie,
Yes.
you are
Okay.
a salesman,
Yes.
and you must sell Brandon a car.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So, you need to get to know your customer.
Okay.
Okay?
Gotcha.
You need to land him on a car.
Gotcha.
And you need to figure out, you have to sell him a car.
Okay.
Okay?
Gotcha.
But you have to make sure that you try to land him on the right car and get him to buy a car that he wants.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Okay.
So you guys are going to walk the lot together.
Okay.
And you're going to land him on a car.
Gotcha.
Okay? By getting to know his life, what he does for a living,
Okay.
you know, his different things that he's interested in, kind of, you know, make sure that you find him a good car that he would want to buy.
Okay.
And that would work for him.
Now, am I selling actual Brandon a car, or is he going to be playing a character?
He's going to be playing a character.
Okay, so I can't go off of anything I already know about Brandon.
Correct.
That's good. I don't know anything about Brandon.
Okay?
Just kidding.
So
Okay.
you don't know what his life is like.
I don't.
You don't know what he's been through, what he's
I
going
don't.
through.
Nope.
Okay?
Gotcha.
So, what kind of car he might need.
Gotcha. So I need to figure out his wants and his needs, and is he have a price range I have to work within?
Maybe.
Okay, that's something else I
You
got
got
to
to figure that out.
Okay.
You got to introduce yourself.
Okay.
You got to get to know who he is.
Gotcha.
Okay? And then you got to walk the lot together
Okay.
and find him a car to sell without him just saying, yep, I'll take it.
Without him saying, "Yep, I'll take it."
Yeah, I don't want you guys to ruin any more of my segments.
Gotcha. So
Put some heart into it.
okay, I can
All right.
handle hard.
Now go back out there and send Brandon in real quick.
Okay.
All right. I need Brandon for one more thing.
You're needed again.
Don't worry. We're going to try to make this work.
No. I'm back.
All right. What do you want your name to be?
Geronimo.
Timothy?
Sure. Timothy's fine.
All right. He's going to try to sell you a car. You can't be super easy. Okay, Timothy?
Okay.
So, you know who you are.
I know my budget. I know
Okay.
my family. I know I'm
You got to
recently
be
divorced.
reasonable and think about, as he introduces himself and tries to sell you a car, if you were really that person trying to find the right car in your life, as you're traumatized and losing half your income and 4 kids are screaming and yelling at you.
Still have a lot of money though,
Maybe. Okay?
comparatively.
All right. So we're going to go to the camera now.
Probably makes $6,000 a year right now. So.
All right? We'll see you in a minute.
Timothy McJeffnerson.
All right.
McJeffnerson.
Timothy Jefferson, okay?
It's Mick Jeffnerson.
Okay. So now you're going to go out and walk on the lot.
Okay. I'm
Alright,
out
go
here
out.
looking for a new car. I recently got divorced, had 4 kids, and thinking about killing myself. Here we go. The door's locked. First obstacle.
All right. All right. We'll send a sales rep out to help you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Love that. All right. So, your customer is walking out on the lot,
Okay.
and you need to go greet him and figure out what car that he wants, and then I'll get the keys for you, and you sell him the car.
Sounds good.
Oh, here, I can open the garage. My child into the sunset.
How's it going,
Hey, how you doing, sir? Pretty good.
Good.
Just browsing around here. Nice to meet you. My name's Timothy McJefferson.
Timothy McJefferson. So what brings you out today?
You know, I'm just looking for a new vehicle. My wife recently tried to steal mine in their divorce. So
Oh, of course, yeah.
kind of worried I'm going to lose it.
Yeah, I get that. So you're looking for something that you can easily hide from her, huh?
Yeah, and I got 4 kids, so I got to
Okay.
transport all these little pieces of shit everywhere.
I hear you. So you need some room.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Are you opposed to putting them on the top, like a top
I'm
rack?
not completely opposed, but
Okay.
I like one of them enough to keep them in.
Gotcha. Okay. So at least room for one. The rest can go in the bed.
I don't see any Miatas out here. That's what I was initially leaning towards, but
Yeah, see, the problem with the Miata is it's only for really gay grapplers, so we don't want that. So, what we're looking for, I'm thinking more of an SUV. You got a price range you're looking for?
you know what? I'm open for anything. Let's just take a look around.
Open for anything? That's great. You got a favorite color? Since you're going to be hiding it, let me suggest something.
Okay.
Something a little bit lower. I'm thinking a gray or a black.
Okay. Yeah.
Easy to hide.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah, easy to hide. So we got the CRV here. It's nice gray. We got room for the kiddos in the back.
Okay.
If we need to strap them to the top, we can.
Does this have power steering?
Yeah, this one does
I'm
come
gonna need
standard with
power
power steering. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Kind of a pussy, so.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. Yeah. Well, so since you are, this is automatic, so you don't have to worry about that either.
Okay, cool.
Figured that was the next question. Yeah, leather interior, nice. It sits well.
It is a nice looking car.
Yeah, don't worry about that price. We can work on that.
Okay.
Good. So we got that. What are we thinking here? How's that looking for you so far?
So far, I think I'm pretty interested.
Nice.
What can we do about that price, though? The $37,000.
Oh, we can work on it. But anything about it right now that's like, you know what? That's holding me back.
I love the color.
Great color.
The wheels look nice enough.
And they're there.
They are there. They look aired up too, which is nice.
Yeah, we do provide free air.
Okay.
That's the service. I mean, that is what you're getting when you're paying that kind of a price.
That's good.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are there anything I need to know about this? Is this previously owned? I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, this was owned, but it was owned by someone that really likes to take care of their cars. So,
Okay.
so you're good. One of those people that drove it just to church and back.
Were they divorced too? Because that's kind of an issue for me.
They need to be.
Well, I only like to buy cars off other people that are going through the same tribulations as
understand.
myself.
Yeah, well, the downside of that is that means you are buying it from another angry wife. You really want to help another angry wife
You know
out there?
what? You make a pretty great point.
Right. See, Cecil owned this one, and Cecil, he's a good old boy. He just drove back and forth to church on Sunday, and that was all he ever did with this one. So
Okay.
barely any miles on it, probably. And the wheels, like I said, they're there. They're good. They're nice. Those rotors, they look a little rough, but yeah, that'll buff out. It's got windows. Not involved with the divorce per se, but his wife did die. Does that help?
That helps tremendously.
Okay,
I
cool.
also see that it's all-wheel drive. Does that help for any sort of...
Oh yeah, the more wheels you got, the better. And when they all drive,
That's
what
the
you want.
best?
That's the best. You want them
Okay.
to all drive. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm telling you, those two-wheel
So I could
drive.
theoretically put 4 kids, one under each wheel, and
Yeah.
they would all drive.
Absolutely. Yep. They will all drive.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm getting pretty close to being sold on this.
All right. That's awesome, man. So,
Is there any way we could untint the windows?
oh, you want to be able to see. You want to be
yeah.
able for people to see it,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
see how good you're doing.
Exactly.
Right? Understand. Yeah.
I knew you were a good salesman.
Yeah, so what we can do if we can't get the tinting off is we have, you know how they have those cameras, those backup cameras?
Right,
We're
right.
just going to invert that, put a TV on the outside.
Okay, so I can just see right out of it?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. And other people can see in then. They will watch the camera. So the camera will be pointing inside instead of that.
Okay.
Because what are you afraid of backing up? Anything? Exactly. So you're good to go.
Okay.
Yeah, so with the free air and everything being good, I'm telling you, that price
Tent removal.
I mean, yeah, the tent removal, the flipping of the camera, that's
Okay.
all included in that price right there.
Okay, so I'm this close to signing a deal here.
All right.
Is there any way we could negotiate the price? Maybe like if you, I don't know, I'd even be willing to pay like $6 or $7 grand more.
Yeah.
If you're willing to like, I don't know, murder my wife.
We need to be having this conversation 2 cars over.
Okay,
but,
okay.
That's so.
Maybe not a gray car then.
Yeah. Yeah, you were looking for a red car then.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do that, but I tell you what,
Should we just go ahead and draft up the paperwork?
we should go ahead and draft up that paperwork right now.
We can work out the small
and,
details.
I know a guy. He's really good at detailing. Skeezy Joe. He will absolutely get everything out afterwards.
Okay.
After the incident.
Okay. Perfect.
Sounds good?
Yeah.
Let's go get that paperwork.
Excellent,
passed
sir.
out.
Thank
All
you.
right, yeah.
Let's do this.
What is wrong with you guys?
What's wrong? Did we do something wrong?
Did I just buy a new car?
You just bought a car. I just